Today, we are celebrating another step toward realizing a convenient one-stop of services to help victims of domestic violence. Within the next few months, we will be opening the doors to the new Montgomery County Family Justice Center. This center will bring together a number of things under one roof: law enforcement, prosecutors, health and human services, and other community partners to ensure that domestic violence victims are safe, receive the appropriate treatment, and are provided with accurate and timely legal advice and services. Nationally, the Family Justice Center concept is considered to be a model for efficient services and for delivery in this area. In Montgomery County, we are striving to reduce domestic violence and homicides, improve access to service, and increase the cooperation of victims with law enforcement. The Family Justice Center will help us to meet those goals while addressing the very needs of the victims.
Every woman knows another woman who struggles with family violence and its consequence. That really is the simple truth. And it's long been understood that the most effective way to prevent domestic violence and to respond to it is really with a collaborative and comprehensive community response. And that's exactly, precisely what the Family Justice Center model will do right here in Montgomery County.
Thank you so much. I am just speechless, but I better not be. Thank you so much, Councilmember Trachtenberg and County Executive Leggett and everyone else that's up here with me. I wear this cracked heart with a purple ribbon, and some of you have commented on it, and it's because I honor all of those women and children and men who have lost their lives because of domestic violence. I wear this every day of my life. I remember them. I look like somebody you know, probably. I look like your neighbor or a colleague or a family member or a friend. You see me on the street every day. Behind closed doors for 10 years, 10 years, I lived in fear for my life. I didn't know where to turn. I held very public positions with nonprofit organizations. I was a newspaper columnist, and I was elected to the school board. I was afraid to tell people what was happening in my life because I was afraid that it would have destroyed my reputation, and if I left, I would have not been able to help myself or my daughter ever again. And I was truly afraid that one day my ex-husband would kill me. I want to give you just a snapshot, because I only have a couple minutes, of the day that I left, because that will tell you the importance of this center and what it is going to be doing for the women of Montgomery County. After 10 years of systematic, increasingly violent abuse, one day, one of the women who was a member of my campaign team and the mother of one of my daughter's friends, who was a young teenager at the time, noticed that I never had anyone in the house, that I was always wearing long sleeves, always wearing turtlenecks, always covering my legs, and said to me, "Something's going on in your house, isn't it?" And I said to her, "Well, yeah." The night before, I had been beaten terribly, and I asked her if she would take my daughter for the night, that night. And she said she would, but only on the condition that she could give me a call in the middle of the night and find out that I was okay. This was before a program like Hopeline, so I had no access to anything like a cell phone. And I said to her, yeah, that would be fine, and I would call her. She took my daughter. I went home. My ex-husband was very violent that night, beat me, and then wound up sticking my arms into a lit oven. I was totally devastated, in pain. He went into another room and fell asleep. She had said she would call me at a certain time. I forgot about that, went into this room without a Hopeline cell phone, and fell asleep. At about 2 in the morning, I heard knocking on the door, and it was my friend and the police department. And I made good on a promise that I had made myself, that if anyone ever said they would come and help me, I would leave. And I did, and I never went back. What happened the next, thank you. What happened the next day is that I had to do the following things. I had to file for a protective order, try to find money, try to find a place to live, make sure that my child was safe, borrow clothing until I could find some of my own, begin the process of filing for divorce, all while I was traumatized, mentally and severely injured. And that's why this center is so important for the women of Montgomery County. Sometimes I think about that time and I wonder how I survived. In my case, it was because of a friend who called the police and got the wheels turning. I am so grateful, I thought about this morning, that the residents of Montgomery County have a friend, a non-judgmental friend, right here in this center. The welcoming arms of a community is here, just like there were the welcoming arms of my friend. And so one day in the not too distant future, hopefully another woman will be standing up here and will have the privilege of saying to you what I said to my friend. Thank you for saving my life.
Today I'm honored to announce a $60,000 Hope Line grant to the Family Justice Center of Montgomery County. Our grant will be able or enable the use of video conferencing, as we just discussed, between domestic violence victims and the courts. And as a result of the grant, victims will be able to receive protective orders from the safety, scrutiny, and comfort of the center. So at this point, Risa Levy. Risa, are you here? Come on up. Could you please help me in accepting this check?
On behalf of the foundation, I just want to thank Verizon Wireless for this tremendous lead gift. And what a lead gift does like this, it is not just the $60,000, which in and of itself is fantastic. It is also, it has a big exponential effect, because we are then able to go to other corporations and individuals and foundations and say, look what these guys did. Don't you want to join in? And so it is a wonderful beginning. And also from a personal perspective, this has been so rewarding. I'm just a volunteer in the community, a representative from the Commission for Women, and such it's just so wonderful to be part of something where elected professionals and professional staff and volunteers and corporations and everyone work together to make our county that much better than it already is, which is wonderful. So thank you.